Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering some more social media reactions from a premiere, and this movie is Transformers Rise of the Beast, which I am thoroughly looking forward to. I'm very excited for this. The Transformers franchise is an up and downhill roller coaster, but it has some of the best action in any movie. And also amazing sound design. There's some great stuff in the Transformers franchise, so I'm still looking forward to this. But you guys tell me in the comments below how excited you are for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. The premiere just happened, I believe, a week ago at this time of the recording, and today we're going to be covering those reactions. But before we do, consider hitting that subscribe button, click that bell, go ahead and leave a comment below how excited you are for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. The first reaction we have comes from Jen, and she says Transformers Rise of the Beasts is action-packed, insanely cool with a lot of surprises. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback are great. Loved the soundtrack. Fans will go crazy with this film, and it'll be a summer hit. The next one comes from Grimlock Dinobot saying, I was super lucky to catch a screening of Transformers Rise of the Beast, and it was tons of fun. Lots of action, a surprising amount of heart, and a pretty bopping soundtrack. Can't wait for everyone else to be able to see this. Eric Davis says, the new Transformers movie is pretty solid. Love the Brooklyn setting. Maximals and Scourge add a new spin, and the action pops, especially the New York scenes. Mirage steals the show, but the true star is the absolute best soundtrack full of early 90s hip-hop hits. This 90s kid had fun. That's amazing to hear. It sounds like a ton of people really appreciate the movie for its spectacle, but also it sounds like the music in here is a huge part of the film, which I tend to love a lot. You guys know how I feel about things like Guardians of the Galaxy or even other movies that have amazing soundtracks in them. But let's keep moving on to these reactions. The next one comes from Mark saying, Transformers Rise of the Beasts makes good use of the animated movie storyline and integrates the Maximals and Terracons to good effect. Stakes are high, and Scourge is a terrifying and powerful villain, action-packed with a lot of heart, albeit with some cheese on top. The next one comes from Steven over at Collider saying, happy to say Transformers Rise of the Beasts is one of the best installments in the franchise. It's a lot of fun, CGI looks great, and it has a well-staged action that's easy to follow. The screening I saw actually had people clapping in the theater, and the kids laughed a lot. The next one comes from John over at the Nerd Reactor saying, Transformers Rise of the Beasts is a blast. Director Stephen Caple Jr. brought his style with 90s hip-hop and heart while also pouring his love for the Transformers and Beast Wars. The biggest inspiration is the 80s animated movie. Mirage will be the new favorite Autobot. It sounds like a ton of people really love Pete Davidson's Mirage in this movie, which is also great to hear that, you know, some Transformers outside of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are standing out. You know, it's time to branch out and kind of put some other characters in the forefront, or kind of give some spotlight to make people fall in love with some new characters, give the franchise a breath of fresh air. But we're going to go ahead and end this video off with a couple more. Joseph Deckelmeyer says, Transformers Rise of the Beasts is a lot of fun. Anthony Ramos carries the movie, and Pete Davidson steals every scene as Mirage. The ending blew my mind, and the music in the film is fire. Mike Reyes says Transformers Rise of the Beasts was a blast. The Beast Wars crew finally shows up in what's arguably the best Transformers movie in the run. There's a lot of heart, humor, and Brooklyn pride in here, and it all makes for a throwback popcorn fun. Eric Goldman says Transformers Rise of the Beasts is really fun. It's actually quite funny, and the action is strong. I did find my eyes glazing over when they talk about the movie's special object, but way better than Bay's movies, if not quite Bumblebee level. Jermaine says, totally dug Transformers Rise of the Beasts. It's got some issues in the middle, but it starts strong, has fantastic 90s hip-hop, makes great use of the humans, and the third act is a blast. blast. Plus, I damn near jumped out of my seat at the end. Right up there with the first Bay and Bumblebee. Kevin says Transformers Rise of the Beasts is an entertaining ride. With the addition of the primals, there's a lot of mouths to feed. In trade-off, the plot's fairly simple, which the movie benefits from. 90s hip-hop makes for a welcome backdrop for this universe, and I'm open to seeing more of. Dorian Park says Transformers Rise of the Beasts took everything that worked from Bumblebee and amplified it. Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback delivered great performances, and Pete Davidson's Mirage stole every scene he had. As a fan of the cartoon and franchise, I really enjoyed this film. The last one we got comes from the Nerds of Color saying, wow, surprised to say Transformers Rise of the Beasts follows in the footsteps of Bumblebee by showing us there's a lot of spark left in the Transformers franchise. This is a fun movie with great characters and a game-changing finale that levels up the franchise. Well, it sounds pretty positive to me, and hopefully the actual movie lives up to what people are saying. But you guys jump down in the comments below and tell me, you know, how excited are you for Transformers Rise of the Beasts? Did you like previous Transformers movies? What's your take on the franchise as a whole? I love discussing with you guys in the comments below. But before I go, please consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that bell, especially if you like this type of content. We cover these types of reactions whenever, you know, popular movies are about to release. We cover this stuff all the time over here. So subscribing, clicking that bell would be greatly appreciated. But also hitting that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video as well would also be greatly appreciated. But other than that, guys, it's been your boy 𝙎𝙬𝙚, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one.